Hi everybody, welcome back to casterscorner.com. I am your host Khalil, here for another toy of the day. You can go to casterscorner.com for a full gallery of this toy, as well as our full archive. You can follow us on at Casters Corner on all social media. You can check out the Cornercast podcast up every Monday night on Apple Podcasts. This week with our friend Brian from Fanboy Factor, and check out our t-shirts. So what do we got? So Fortnite, I've talked about this before, and you're going to hear me talk about it more. I like Fortnite from the perspective of different kind of toys and vehicles. This Whiplash, it's a much more royal blue than you see here. This is a much paler blue on camera from the lighting, but it is very much a dark royal blue. So this is the Whiplash. We got it in the last year as a drivable car in the Fortnite game. No more golf carts, no more helicopters. We got sports cars. And I love this. How do I say this? And I know I've brought this up before. Toy companies don't like this statement overall. Every time I've brought it up at any other interview and things like that, usually they kind of cringe or change topics very quickly. I think these Fortnite vehicles allow you to expand your collection, and they can be used with any 3 3/4 figure. And so you don't have to just play Fortnite with these things. You can play with your Marvel Universe figures. You could use these for Star Wars. Boba Fett back there, that's still packaged, I haven't opened yet, could ride in this Whiplash. And I think that that's the magic. And that's, for me, that's a selling point. If these were strictly made for Fortnite and no other figures would fit in them, I probably wouldn't buy them, to be honest with you. But the fact that they are universal to 3 3/4 figures, I think that's kind of like the selling point. So it's got the pinstripes down the middle, got the vent in the back, very 80s-esque, Ferrari, not Lamborghini. I don't know cars enough to kind of know that. The back end looks a little bit like, reminds me of a little Back to the Future, a little bit DeLorean-esque. But, you know, there's a lot of influences here. But it's got the back end here has its license plate from the game. It says super fast. It's not just painted lights back here. There's actually clear plastic in the back, red plastic, so you actually get some color to it when you hit it with the light. It's got the antenna on top, so be careful, don't break that off. The spoiler, the front end with the lights that are super low, and the doors open. So you can put your figures in. And it comes with an exclusive X-Lord figure. Not really a big pull for me. Definitely was the car. Was more so than the character. And also, for the most part, the Whiplashes were red-ish, white, black. I don't really remember a blue one, but it's nice to have a blue one. Blue is my favorite color, so sure enough. It's got the shifter on the inside there. It's got a dashboard or above the driver's side there. It's got the speedometer up high for like you'd see in Fast and Furious. It's a 2-seater, so you can fit 2 characters in here. They sit really nicely. They fit really nice. Just like in the game, though, if they are too tall, their heads will stick out of the car. And X-Lord just barely fits inside. His head's hitting the top for sure. But he looks good in there. I mean, it looks good from the front, looks good from the sides. I think it's a really great addition to my 3 3/4 line. It's a little more expensive. I think this one was like $20 or so. Than the basic line you can get at Walmart and Target of vehicles that are made for 3 3/4 figures. But still a great addition to that. I'm happy to pay for it. I know it's a licensed item. Doors work really good. They do pop off. They do come off if you put a little bit too much pressure or if you twist it. So that's a nice thing so that you don't have to worry about them. They clip right back on. As I was opening, I think the driver's side, it had popped off just because of where it was in the box that I had, and it had popped off, and it really did connect right back. X-Lord, I have to say, overall, I think the quality of Fortnite figures has been great. I haven't had many complaints, but in the colors are nice, purple, green, and black. He's a really good looking figure. He matches with the other versions of Rustlord and somebody else, I can't remember. But the quality on these things, QC has been a little bit suspect lately. 2 kit figures broke from the pinata that we talked about a few weeks ago. And this one comes with 2 right feet. So, and it's hard to see until I got them out and I was starting to pose them that I realized, oh, it's 2 right feet. And so this is 3 figures from the new line that came out August 1st. So far 3 that have broken or are misassembled. And unfortunately with this one I had already thrown out the package, so I can't reach out and let them know all that information. Usually they want to know which batch it came from, the UPC, all the information on there. Unfortunately I can't do it for this one because I didn't keep the packaging. I kind of opened him up, threw him in a box because I'd gotten so much of that day. So there he is. But it's not make or break for me because the figure isn't really the star. The car actually is. So I'm not going to return it. I'm not going to swap it out. I'm not going to try to get a new one. But it would be disappointing. Be careful with the windshield. Mine did pick up a scratch. 100% my fault. Did not come like this, even though it's an open box packaging. So just make sure everything looks okay when you grab it. But I think it's a great addition to the Fortnite line as well as the 3 3/4 line. We've got 2 more vehicles to talk about in the coming weeks. I did get the mud flap and I did get the reboot van, so we'll be talking about those. Those have a little bit more features to them, so we'll talk a little more in depth about those. But you can check out a full gallery of Whiplash here, or the Whiplash here, with on casterscorner.com, as you can see, and grab our t-shirts. Links are there as well. You can follow us. We are at Casters Corner on all social media. Check out the Cornercast podcast. And remember to hit the subscribe button. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do, and then we get to share them with you. And that's really been the most fun here. So we'll see you tomorrow night for another toy of the day here on casterscorner.com. Have a good night, everybody.